Hello, and welcome back to Karagor Studios' Remnant Lunar Archon Session 36. How are you doing? I hope you're well. I'm going to jump us right in, because we've got a combat to get to, because we ended off last session on a combat. Just for my own edification later, future Micah, in case you're coming back to look at this, time is Friday the 21st of April, year 417, post-schism, at 11:20 p.m. Because sometimes I check back to make sure I know when things happened. And time to find out which one of you is going to give the recap. Maury, want to try to give the recap?
No habla inglés.
Not even attempt.
Okay.
Not even an attempt.
No.
Alright, well, I guess I'm gonna roll again. 3. Jocelyn, you wanna try giving the recap?
Sure. Recap from last session. We went to the party, but we showed up. We couldn't. Doug tried to get in. He couldn't get in. And
Where did you show up at?
Maury was also a chicken. We at the Shade Tree meeting.
Okay.
Maury was a chicken, and we were gonna go into separate, kind of like show up at different times, kind of. Doug couldn't get in. There seemed to be some sort of a secret password that we didn't know. Anyway, but Maury, as a chicken, noticed that there was a passage under, and after a game of Pictionary, we figured that out. And so then we just, I forget who, I think it was Doug, just tied up the dude, knocked unconscious, and tied up the dude who was sitting on top of the secret passageway. We all snuck down. We were stuck behind a big wall of crates, and we listened to the Shade Tree dude talk about, what's his name, Schmander?
Bale talking about Selxander.
Yeah. Belle was talking about Selxander and how he was, like, pretty corrupt and how he was, like, trying to take over the world, and that they didn't think that was cool, and how he was, like, murdering people to try to, that, like, was investigating how much he was militarizing to get ready for a, like, coup or whatever. And then we figured out, a couple of us were going in different ways to get through the wall. Gambit figured out that there was one that was pretty loose, so we tried to sneak in, but Bell was too on it, and he put a gun to Gambit's head, and now Gambit really thinks that guns are cool. Then we made friends with him. But then the Dawn Guard and the teleporty lady that we were frustrated with before showed up, and we've been in combat, and we figured out her name was...
You didn't?
We didn't figure out what her name is. And that's where we are. Did I do it?
Yeah, you did pretty effectively. Yeah, I got all the stuff in there as far as I remember. I do want to mention, as far as like combat goes, just to remind you of what's up and going. Thicket currently still has a banner of stars up, so you can all teleport around the room up to your movement speed as you desire. I believe instead of your movement, but it might be as a bonus action.
It's not as a bonus action, it's just instead of movement.
They can just do it.
Or rather, like, using however much movement you want to teleport instead. It's like you could walk and teleport, but it would be like consuming part of your walking distance.
Nice. It would consume walk distance, you can teleport instead. Currently, I believe all the Dawn Guard, as far as y'all know, have used their major healing abilities. the healing hands they've all seemed to be able to use. Each of them 4 have used it. Y'all have hurt Mouse Pirate, the lady, what y'all have been calling Mouse Pirate, the woman who attacked. Most of them have used their thing to heal her, effectively increasing her effective number of hit points against you all. Bale hasn't been touched, hanging out on the side. Most of you haven't been hurt that much. Everyone's been hurt a little bit except Garand, though I think he might have been hurt and then healed back up. Gambit's gone down once so far. See how many times that happened.
Mm-hmm. So far? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and at the end
Like,
of last...
Throughout the week, I would, like, remember, like, oh, he was unconscious. And I was like, wait, no, he got back up. And then I was like, wait, no, he has, like, 5 hit points.
He is
Anyway.
pretty low, because at the end of last session, it was Thicket's turn, and he learned how to use his semblance, his Lunar Blessing, and Lunar Revitalization, a very anime gather in moonlight and a burst outward that has healed several of his party members. He now has access to that. I believe as well last session you had Doug, I believe, learned how to use his semblance, his magnetism. And I think that's it on semblance. It was just those 2. Alright, I've swapped us over to the game, and I'm gonna swap up this music because this is way too calm. Talk.
Yeah, we need some like some workout music.
Castlevania, man. That's a good playlist. That is, I believe, acceptable on Twitch and YouTube. Not, then they approved both of my previous videos. Problems. Okay, so Dawnguard Warden 1, the one that is directly in front of Bale, gasps in pain as their aura's effectively gone. They reach up and are going to expend their only remaining 2nd level spell slot to cast Cure Wounds on themselves. It's their action. That's a good heal. Enjoy a little more hit points. Do they have any bonus actions? They do not, so that'll be their turn. They are going to shift, however, over to the side and get between Bale and the other. Effectively gathering in near their friends. Garand, you're up. As well.
Okay. Is there a way to check like whatever effects are still on or whatever I need to, what's gone or anything? Because I think I had one effect that left. I can't remember if there's anything else going.
Let's see. Brian is still on the assassin, so he's still concentrating on that. I believe y'all have gotten rid of most of their magic weapons that they've been using. One of them still has their magic weapon. Dawnguard 3 seems to still have access to it. Other than that, there aren't any other major magical effects that are still going. Pretty much all the others have either fallen or failed.
Is she still blind?
She is not.
Okay. All right. Well, yep. That's what I gotta do because I
Makes
mean
sense.
we need to keep her locked down. So
When in doubt, blind the enemy, right? So going. God, I don't need the calendar up right now. Give me back my combat tracker. Let me reshare the image of her just so the audience. Pretty character that is on the thumbnail. I think she's. Okay, so go ahead and throw blindness onto her, or throw the save. See how she can do. So far, she's gotten 1. That rolled around a lot. It was almost a 20, but then it tipped over, and she has failed to save. Go ahead and throw a blinding on there. As once again,
wow.
Garand reaches out, and the sea-like mist covers her eyes as they go gray above her blue. You won't stop, will you?
Well, I don't know what you want from me, love. You know, I had plans for us, I did, but turns out you've got no hope. And so, you know, might as well not see it coming either.
Alright, anything else Garon doing? Moving around?
Let me see. I think maybe I might be dropping a heal of some kind. Let me see if I have it.
I think you've used both of your healing spirit. Not healing spirit. You know what I mean.
Yeah, I used all that. So instead, let me do a bardic inspiration.
And I believe, do you have healing word?
I will.
I also have healing word in case you decide to use that. But
well, I can't
whatever you
because I cast blindness, so I can't use that.
That's true. Both leveled spells. Thanks for remembering.
Yeah. You know, I like try to be as honest as I can. I don't get everything right all the time, but anyway, bardic inspiration. I'm gonna say, Gambit, you're doing great. Don't worry, you won't fall down again. And if you do, it's okay. We got you.
Sweet.
And Gambit gives like a shaky thumbs up.
I'm not gonna move. I feel like I'm fine right there.
Fair.
I'm done.
Ooh. Oh. Sorry, I was organizing it so that the audience could also see Bale's picture. I also think his art is great. Doug, what would y'all like Doug to do? Or is Doug now here?
Can
Doug
you hear me?
is here. Wow, that was right on time. Oh, I assume you're still in the car?
Yep.
Cool. What would you like Doug to do? He is currently standing roughly 10 feet away from the party. Most of the people have gathered around in the center of the room doing battle. The Triton woman is currently blind. Most of the Dawn Guard are feeling alright.
Can Doug and his Echo teleport to attack range of Mouse Pirate?
So you could probably have your Echo move there. I don't know that you'd be able to get yourself. You could probably get you. Thing is, you have to move kind of around barrel.
If Thicket's banner thing is still up, he could teleport.
This is true. Yeah, I could say you get there. I forgot you can't teleport. So yeah, you and he are both standing next to Mouse Pirate.
Wait, I'm going to use my last. I think it's my last one. Maybe it's my second. I don't remember how many there are. Unleashed.
Unleashed Incarnation.
Yeah, and do. Was it 3 attacks?
3 attacks at your level. 2 for your regular attack, and then 1 for Unleashed. Alright, all with Shattered Memory.
What'd you say?
All with Shattered Memory.
Yes.
Alright, first one. That will unfortunately miss. Would you like to use your last remaining luck?
Sure.
Alright, we'll roll another d20 and see if that's any better.
That's including an advantage for blind?
That was including, he rolled 2 3s. So he rolled 11 on the second one, which brings him up to a 17. What is your AC?
Big oof.
What's their AC? Their AC... Exactly 17. So you just managed to hit with that one. I'll throw the on. And that is all of your lucky. Using Unleash Incarnation. So the only expendable thing you have is currently Second Wind, which you're doing okay right now. The first damage as you bring the sword down, despite her blindness, she does actually manage to turn around, pull her rapier up and kind of catch the edge of your blade, but you're able to slide along and actually cut along where her arm would be, and she barely managed to push it away at the last second. You deal 12 points of damage. And then the second Shattered Memory attack. It unfortunately misses as you bring this one down. Her now having a better idea after you teleport around her, brings the rapier up and catches your sword, putting her hand on the blade and catching it down, pushing down to your handle.
What was the roll?
It was 15.
Can I do the minor?
Minor magnetism?
Yeah, just use a hit dice.
Alright, let's spend a hit die of yours and roll a d8 or a d10, shall we? So you've now used 2. With that same thing as you deal from the attack. That brings you up by 3 up to 18. So as you do this, as you're bringing the sword downward, she pulls up hers to hit it. You will her sword to shift, and your aura glows slightly around her blade, and it slides downward from where she was, and you cut down, and her aura barely manages to come up to block. Roll the damage.
I was hoping that would be enough for slicing, but I guess not.
No, unfortunately not. It was only a 3 on the bonus. You still dealt 9 points of damage, though, as she is looking heavier, as her aura is really weak at this point, having been healed and knocked down a couple of times to almost gone. Not sure exactly how many points she has. This last one is a 23. That is enough to add slicing. As you bring this third one upward, actually seeing that she has been trying to basically stop slashes, you decide to stab with this one as you bring it down and try to stab into her side. Let's add a slicing effect. And Shattered Memory. Dealt 14 points of damage as this one actually slides, just barely passing through her aura and actually cutting along the edge of her clothing, cutting a small hole in the side of her jacket, depleting her aura even further, which is quite low at this point. That was the first, second, and third attacks, I believe, so that is all of your attacks. Is there anything else you would like to do?
Nope, that's it.
Alright. You end your turn there. That brings us to Jackie the Jackal. What's Jackie the Jackal doing? Is she just gonna bite? Is she gonna hang out? Is she gonna try and Hagger one of the other Dawn Guard? Everyone has advantage on the Triton already.
I guess. I don't want her in so much danger, so yeah, let her just. I'll just have her hamper one of the outside foes, so that
you could have her disengage and go to the side if you want.
What's that?
You could have her disengage and go to the side if you want.
Okay. Yeah, I'll have her wait by me so that she's safe. And then whenever we take out the one, yeah. Hopefully then we can get her back in there. All right.
Movement speed is 40. He begins to very quickly run around the room, actually getting up to the side up here, as she is running around people to try to get closer to you, dodging around as you see Namayane action. Well, I guess you know the name. As you see the Triton turn around and try to stab toward the ground as she feels something move past her, but misses completely as Jackie steps out of the way. Gambit. You have a bardic inspiration.
Yeah.
You're prone. And there's a hurt Triton lady who previously stabbed you really hard.
So can I just teleport without becoming unprone?
You mean you want to stay prone and teleport?
Yeah.
Okay, where you want to teleport to?
Because
I mean, sure, weird, but okay.
So, like, right here.
Wait. Can I paint a gallery? Can he paint a gallery,
Jason?
Sure.
What's your idea?
Is there anything stopping Gambit from teleporting up above the bad guy and like landing with an extra 10 feet of weight into an attack roll?
Yes, the fact that the ceiling is only 8 feet tall. She's already 6
Oh,
feet.
well, okay,
so
8 feet?
Yeah.
Okay, so it wouldn't do enough? Okay.
No, she'd only be... Gambit would
I thought
only
it would
be
look
2
awesome.
feet above. Like, Gambit would appear and then drop 2 feet. Like, it's... No, not enough to make a difference.
It was a nice thought.
Good idea.
It was a nice thought.
Hey, you can teleport still on the ground over to the side.
Alright. Now he'll stand up.
Okay, using half his movement. You have 5 feet left if you want to use it.
Uh-huh. And then I want to use one of my... She's not, like, resistant. She hasn't been resistant to non-magical.
No, she has not. The only thing she's been resistant to has been acid.
Okay.
On account of being a Triton.
So, yeah. So I want to use, my slingshot and use a non-magical ammo. And sneak attack if I can.
Okay, you want to sling with
See if I
the
can find-
regular bullets.
Mhm.
Swap you over to the regular ammo.
Where is it? Oh, there it is.
Let's see. Ammunition.
Okay.
Swap you over to sling bullets. There you go. Let me also remove the +1 bonus you're getting on it.
Okay.
Okay. It didn't change on the sheet, but it should be changing in the map on the thing, so go ahead. And pulls up the sling, swings it around, releases, which should have had advantage if you rolled it on... Oh, no, it didn't. Why did it... Right, because I forgot to remove prone from you. Just rolled it an attack, again, just in her, or just into the chat, not under her. Wait a second, though, let me off prone. Roll one more. Not prone.
Okay.
Or those. Roll a 14 and a nat 20. All right.
Nice.
Go ahead and add the... So it looks like you might have attacked yourself. That one for some reason. I think targeting yourself.
Whoops.
Untarget you. It should process the critical hit. Go ahead and add your sneak attack and roll it on. Not sure about the critical hit, like I'm not sure about it. And you can go up to the... Not the effects, it is the modifiers in the top right under the tools section, and you can hit critical, just guaranteed it. Oh, you don't have to reroll anything. I'm also going to put your sling bullets back up to 29 because they did go down. Extra attacks, got an automatic effect. Right. Sling bullets. Even though sling bullets are basically a dime a dozen, like not even joking, they're one of the cheapest weapon-related things you can buy.
Okay, so just pick up the thing and put it on her. My damage.
Yep, pick up the damage, drop it onto her. Should process critical.
And it should have...
It didn't, but it didn't really matter. It was pretty low. She is unconscious, not immediately dead, as she is facing toward toward Doug. The sling bullet comes in from the side against where she's seeing it, where she cannot notice, and strikes her in the temple, in her forehead, and she crumples to the... We'll be making death saving throws on her turn. What would Gambit like to do with his bonus action and 5 feet of movement, if anything?
He's gonna stay put.
All right. What would you like Maverick to do? Is he gonna kill the woman?
I mean, she's probably gonna teleport away if she comes back to life, so, or consciousness or whatever. So I don't know. I mean, I would say
He could extra
normally,
attack. Do a couple
Normally, I'd say
punches.
spare her so we could talk to her, but I don't know that we would get a chance to do that.
Do y'all think Maverick would?
I feel like I have no idea. I feel like Maverick would go for the kill.
I kind of think he would too.
All right. Thunder Gauntlet attack 1. As he comes forward.
What were you gonna say? Jack, were you gonna say something?
I think Maverick was just gonna like pick her pocket, drag for gold.
I don't think he would do that before she's dead.
Well, that's true.
He likes gold, but I don't think he'd do it while she's still alive. So the first one is he brings his fist up. It radiates with this rippling sound energy. Strikes down. That's 2 death saving throws. And second attack. If this one hits, she's dead.
Does his Thunder Gauntlets like wake her up? The jolt?
Nope. She is unconscious. Knocked the heck out. Voice doesn't matter. As he strikes down again, his second attack strikes into her. The first one striking into her chest, sending her like jolting off to the side. The second one, as he brings his fist back down, strikes against her collarbone, and you hear a crack sound. Does not move. Maverick. Going to bonus action. Enhanced defense. No, not enhanced defense. He's already got that. He is going to bonus action defensive field to give himself temp HP. Woo! We got her! No! The Dawn Guard. I don't remember which one this one is. I'm going to say this one is a female elf, I've decided. Going to immediately look around, take a side step. He's going to make it to Doug. Let's see, did it immediately do? Not.
Can Doug react to do a parry on the first attack?
Yeah, increases AC by 2 on the first attack. As you bring the sword up and try to block, the total is. What is Doug's AC?
Because, well, I thought parry was it gives disadvantage.
Oh, you're thinking about the refraction. Yeah, so as you pull up the sword, you actually pull up the silver and the shine from it, striking their eyes with reflection of the light and fire in the room, temporarily blinding them as the light seems to almost increase as it bounces off as opposed to getting weaker. They're going to roll again to see if they can miss. Nope, even with disadvantage, they rolled 2 14s, so as they bring the first scimitar attack down, despite being blinded, they pull it down and deal 4 points of slashing damage. And then they're going to bring... It's just against the triggering attack, or is it disadvantage for the whole turn? Let's see. Shattered Memory. Reflective Radiant. Solely against the triggering attacks, they're going to bring down another scimitar attack as they bring the one in their left hand upwards toward you. I accidentally rolled damage first. We'll see if they hit before I remove that. They did unfortunately hit as they strike into you. As you feel the first scimitar attack come down, striking into your shoulders, you're still turning around from the Triton woman. The second one, they pull up and actually stab, and you block with your aura as it would have stabbed into your side. I believe your aura flickers at that point. See if that leaves you half. It does. You won't get away with this.
Can Doug just make a observation?
Sure.
You realize that your protege here is like you're
like,
pushing your a little bit.
What was that? We missed a little bit. It was your protege here is.
Yeah. So Doug was just saying like your protege here is dead. I think you're pushing your luck a little bit. You could just like run away.
They ignore you. Though I guess make a either persuasion or intimidation.
I think intimidation is better.
Can I use a reaction to impose disadvantage because I don't want them to run away?
They succeeded, or Doug failed anyway as they glare at you. Let's see, Dawn Guard Warden 3. Which one is 3? The one right behind Cedar. They are going to. First thing, what do they want? Do they want to cast any spell? Let's see, not too worried so far. They don't. That. Saw that didn't work well at all. Okay, they're just gonna make 2 scimitar attacks against Cedar. First one comes down against her and rolls a nat 1 as Cedar turns around and strikes the scimitar away with her, with your shield. They bring the second one toward you, striking upward with their left hand. And this one, unfortunately, also misses as you bring up your gauntlet and actually knock their sword away with your gauntlet as they are effectively left a little bit open by you and strike their hands. If we're fast enough, we can bring her back. Dead Cedar, your turn.
Hold on.
Everyone in range is humanoid.
Sorry, I'm having a very difficult time navigating Fantasy Grounds tonight.
That's okay.
Let's see. I can't see anything. Can you tell me if anybody in our party is standing near me? I know there are some enemies near me, but I can't see any right
Maverick
now.
is near you. Doug is 10 feet away, and Bale is 10 feet away. You also have your spiritual weapon.
Okay. I guess, can we move the spiritual weapon over to number 3? And bonk him.
Bonk, alright. First thing, spiritual weapon. Weapon is brought down. You want me to roll it for you?
Yes, please.
First strike rolls a total of 15, which is just barely enough to hit. As the spiritual weapon comes down, does... Come on, Fantasy Grounds. Does 6 points of damage as they actually bring up and push the blade a little bit away with their own, but it still comes off and affects their aura. They maintain concentration on the weapon, because it is the one up. Alright, that's your spiritual weapon attack. What would you like to do with your action?
Can I use Foxfire?
Sure. Which 3 would you like to target?
1, 8, and 3.
All right. 3. 3. As you reach up your hand again, once again the green flames strike out toward these, as you've done several times before, not necessarily against them, but against people in general. They all fail.
Awesome.
So, go take damage. They all take 11 points total of damage, 5 fire and 6 psychic. And 1 rolling concentration does manage to beat on their concentration check. I've added Foxfire effect. to them so we can use Foxfired and make mission. All right. That is them 3. Go deselect. I believe that's your turn. Warden 8. Get these things off of us. Try to attack you and break your concentration. I accidentally made them roll against them. Roll that against. That is a hit. Is there anything you want to do in response? Don't know if there is, but
I don't think there is. I'm good.
Right, the first strike.
Also, I just dropped a picture of the map in chat, Abby.
What's that?
I dropped a picture of the map in chat.
Thank you so much.
So I'll try to keep it updated as we go.
Right, for concentration, let's see if you succeed. You maintain concentration as they deal 7 points of damage as you pull up your aura and manage to keep their blade away as it bypasses your shield. The second one is going to come from the side, cleaving to the right. Left hand comes down. That one also hits.
And I silvery barbs that one.
Silvery barbs that one. All right, so that's your reaction. Expend the spell slot, and who are you giving advantage?
I am going to be greedy this time and take it for myself.
All right, they unfortunately still do hit as they rolled from a 15 to a 16, so they're still going to do damage. As the slice comes down, they deal another 9 points of damage, cutting into you as these people surrounding you are harrying you a bit more than normal, as you're not used to being attacked by so many enemies, as most so far have taken their attacks mostly out on Doug and Maverick in your adventure so far. But your concentration, you nat 20 and maintain concentration on Foxfire. You are unbreakable, but your aura does flash. Fail. Let's see, his hit points are still full, which means he gets half of his kit. Thank you, Ivy Gold, for the follow. Get you being here. Vale is going to step forward into the middle of these 3, because I think his falchion does have the slicing property, unless I'm wrong. It could be. Let's find out. Does falchion have slicing? It does have slicing. Is slicing the one I'm thinking of? No, it's not the one I'm thinking of. That's the bonus damage. I was thinking of cleaving, which lets you attack multiple people if you hit. Unfortunately, he does only have slicing, so first he is going to pull the falchion up as he steps by and try to slash, pulling his hand. As he steps by, almost elegantly pulling his right hand with the falchion up to his side and trying to pull it across his chest, slicing to the side toward Garden 1. Come on. Come on. Go. The slice comes by, does hit. Hurt Don, go enough to make that saves it. As he steps by, he cuts along to the side, bypassing their aura, breaking through the last of their aura, cuts along the side of their neck. They grasp onto it as they fall to one knee and then. Does he get 2 or 3 attacks? Let's see. 2 attacks. He is then going to step forward from where he is and try to stab forward toward Dawnguard 8. This one unfortunately misses as he brings it forward. Dawnguard 8 manages to pull their sword up and actually block as he stabs, pushing it out of the way, sending it to their side. And then he is going to try to grapple them. Let's see, both have athletics, but his is higher. Unfortunately, the Dawnguard barely manages to win as he tries to grab forward, pulling at their armor. They manage to push him off the last moment as he releases his grip with his left hand. You're a disgrace. How dare you attack your people? That is his turn, which brings us back to the top. Thicket, what would you like to do? Here's that Triton lady is dead.
Okay.
And as is Dawnguard 1. Also means I'm Foxfire. Affected by Foxfire. And they're beyond saving. Actually, technically not, but I don't think y'all are going to use Revivify or Raise Dead on these guys.
Would they automatically fail Foxfire?
They would, but they're already dead. Most enemies don't get saving throws. The reason he did was because special. Important NPCs get death saving throws, non-important NPCs don't. So these guys don't. What was that you wanted to do, Maury?
Well, my spells are not really combat today.
That does happen.
Most of the damage. I'm going to use Healing Word on Cedar.
Alright, go ahead and throw the healing word that way. Do you say anything in particular, or is it just yabba dabba do magic?
Don't die.
Don't die, Thicket yells out to you, sending out a floating magical forest heal to you. Throw the effect on her.
I'm trying to target. It's not working.
Do you have yourself selected?
What do you mean?
Sometimes you have to click on your character and then select. Like do the control click. Sometimes you have to first click on.
I want to do it myself.
Okie doke. I undid my side of it. So also just. Sometimes I don't know what I'm talking about, but I try to hide it as best I can. Got it. So do the heal and then expend the spell slot. That is 8 points of healing. Cedar, as you begin to feel a bit better after Thicket says this to you. Oh. Alright. Is there anything you do with your action? You could Fuegotito someone.
I could.
Is that concentration? It's not. It's just to throw a flaming cat. You want to conjure a flaming kitten and throw it at someone?
Kitten. Yes.
Thicket creates the fire kitten. Are you going for Dawnguard 8, 21,
yes.
Or... Okay, good. Because if you went for the other two, at least... No, both of them would have at least half cover. The attack does barely hit as you release the fire forward, and the cat seems to almost jump along its way. Deals...
No.
Didn't you deal more damage? Level 5. Yeah, I'll fix that. Roll another d8. You should have another point of damage on that. That was unfortunately a 1. Hopefully you roll better on the second.
It says it's just 1d8.
But doesn't it increase at level 5? Yeah, 5th level increases to 2d8.
Oh, okay.
Because cantrips get better as you get bigger. That way they're still useful.
Nice.
Okay,
6.
Another 5 points, so a total of 6 points of damage as this flaming cat jumps down and actually strikes into their back as their aura comes up to break off the worst of the flames, but still warming them in a less than comfortable way. Now I think you could like use some kind of burn cream or water and then like give people like a warmth massage by having a flaming kitten walk on them. And that sounds wonderful. Anyway, would Thicket like to move?
Nope.
Alright, Dawnguard 1 is dead. Garand. Don't have a clear sight of Dawnguard Dawn Garden 8 or 3, I believe it is. But you have a good, pretty much clear sight of Warden. There's no G in there, it's a W. Of Dawn Warden 21.
Alright, then I will bonus action switch Brian over to him.
Right, because your Brian target's dead. You move it over to the elf, I think I decided this one was. Go ahead and throw the effect on them.
Then her.
I don't remember if this one was elf. Doesn't matter, they're going to be a dead one soon. Alright, the effect is on them. Go ahead and throw the attack. You're giving disadvantage on strength checks. Understandable, given the whole athletics that's happening. Alright, you are using a hero point. Go and throw the attack. Right, you gave yourself advantage. Oh, and you're using Guiding Bolt. So that's a nat 20 on Guiding Bolt. With Brine. This is going to hurt. Go ahead and roll damage. That's a lot of numbers. That's 28 points of damage as you, stepping over and shooting right past Gambit, this bolt of radiant energy, this almost radiant lightning as this bluish energy cascades out of the bottle that you hold, flies forward and strikes into their side, sending them flying past. As Doug, one moment you're trading hits with this person, and the next they fly into the crates off to the side before falling to the
ground. Oh, that's awesome.
You look over to see Garand holding his little bottle of Storm Phoenix tears flying out. Or holding his hand out with it.
Now, is this the same Garon that was like in tears because he killed his first person? And like, is he out of control again?
That's up for you to decide. I mean, I don't remember if Garon cried the first time he killed someone. You might be remembering something I'm not. But he's definitely seems to be pretty alright with killing people with big blasts of magic now.
It seems like this time he was like there was a joy about it, whereas last time when it was not intentional, he seemed very overcome with it. And yes, there was some weeping and some sadness. So
last time,
but
this time he seems just fine.
It was a while back. The scenario is different. We'll say that the scenario.
That one was
different.
Unintentional.
Yeah,
right,
Doug.
Yeah, but
Doug is very happy of Garon and's like, "You got him."
You get 2 thumbs up from the from the double. Doug's echo.
That's awesome.
You 2 thumbs
so 4
up.
thumbs up. So 4 thumbs up, or
does Doug give Thor thumbs up?
Doug himself. I guess it would be, because doesn't the echo just mimic?
Not always, no.
Oh well. But yeah, I guess it's 4 thumbs.
You got 4 thumbs up going at you. And then Doug, it's your turn.
Alright, well, let's just say, if we could spare one to question, we should. But if they're assisting an assassin, I have no qualms removing them from the equation.
I will say the echo is a bit more expressive and kind of gives you like tilts his head a bit and like winks. Like congratulations. But anyway, Doug still remembers that time you missed when the jackal was asleep and you were like, trying to stab it with a knife.
Missing repeatedly.
So what's the current situation since I can't see?
Stone guards 3 and 8 are both about 15 feet to your left. Currently kind of being surrounded in a crisscross checker pattern with like Bale, and then beneath down is Dawn Guard 3, and then Dawn Guard 8, and then Cedar, and then Maverick, and then Dead Triton.
Okay, and what's my current health?
Your current health is 16 out of 35.
Okay, I guess bonus action would be to second wind.
Oakley dokley. Take a deep breath, feeling energy fill you. Fill you. I said that. You feel energy fill you. Something feels weird about that sentence. Anyway, you regained 14 hit points. Back up to a total of 30.
Great. Okay, and then I guess I will go to... It doesn't really matter. Just whichever... I guess whichever one you want to put me to do 2 attacks.
The one closest to you. You step by next to Cedar, effectively flanking this person now on all sides. No extra benefit, but you are surrounding this person. And you said 2 Shattered Memory attacks?
Yeah.
The first one, as you move over, stepping past Cedar, you cleave downward, coming down toward this person's shoulder. Unfortunately, missing as it strikes down. You rolled a 12.
And then can I use a hero point for the next one? Because I don't want to miss twice.
That's fair. No fun to miss twice. The donk. Rolled a 2 on the hero point. Come on. Go. Second attack is you unfortunately miss as they manage to step to the side and parry your blade off. As you pull it back up toward them, you bring it up from the ground in a heavy arc. Strike with a nat 20. Alright, so a total of 28 as you bring Shared Memory up, and that is definitely going to be enough to go ahead and add cleaving to.
We have just critted like all these dudes, like Gambit, me, and now Doug.
Yeah, y'all were like, it was so hard against her, and then now it's like, oh, she's gone? Die. Oh my gosh. Kaboom. That is 21 points of damage as you cleave upward, pushing their blades out of the way and actually sending their head arcing back a little bit. As even though they managed to push the bit of the blade off of them with their aura, keeping it from slicing into them, the force still causes them to step back a little bit from the upward cleave. So you deal 21 points of damage, and they lose concentration on magic weapon.
Did I teleport already? Like, I had to move 15 feet, right?
Yeah, so you have 15 feet more if you'd like to use it.
Yeah, I'm going to move 15 back away. Or I guess, where is Mouse Pirate?
Mouse Pirate is unconscious 10 feet to your right.
Let's move.
I mean dead.
Yeah, let's just move there.
Teleport right next to her. Jackie is going to bark to bark. Going to hop onto the stage and then run over and stand next to Garand.
I can have her go distract now. If that's alright.
This is true. In that case, she's... Realize you want something different. She's 15 feet. The rest of her movement back over to here. Not quite far enough.
Good girl, Jackie.
Gambit.
Dang.
You're effectively not
Jackie just in my way.
Jackie's in your way, you said?
I'm if I go here, can I still shoot this guy over here? Dawn Guard 8 over Jackie?
Considering Jackie stands about 1.5 feet tall, yes.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Slingshot again.
Maybe 2 feet. But yeah, slingshot. As you move over, coming around, stepping past the barrel, slinging the rock. Oh, just a reminder, in case it comes up later, there is currently fire right here. Off to the left of this barrel over here. That does hit as you swing. This one comes back as they are facing towards Heater, striking toward the back of their head. You can add sneak attack and roll damage. This one is not a crit.
Sneak attack.
As it strikes back into the back of their head, they gasp and lurch forward, mostly being as a reaction from the aura, as you see their aura flashes from the strike. Both of these people are now below half health. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Go
pet Jackie.
Go pet Jackie as a bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
Maverick is going to turn and is going to cast Green Flame Blade as he is going to bring up his Thunder Gauntlet in an upward arch as he jumps to try and reach the chin of Dawn Warden 8. As you see both thunder and this flame begin to flare off of his gauntlet, as you see almost like vents on the sides of this gauntlet open up and flame begins to shoot out. Attack. That is unfortunately going to miss as he brings his fist up. It strikes toward the ceiling and actually sends a bit of flame that strikes into the ceiling but doesn't ignite anything. Now, that didn't work as well as I wanted. And I think that's his turn. 21, the one that is heavily hurt, is going to go around. Steal themselves. 2 attacks against Cedar. Going down, I'll take one of you down with. Attack misses, Cedar. They bring it down. You manage to push it away with their shield. They are going to try to stab upward toward you. The second one you manage to push off to the side with your aura, keeping them from being able to strike in. They are effectively surrounded. Cedar, what would you like to do? They're not in a great spot, but they seem to be pretty committed.
Oh.
You get the sense from passive insight thicket that they neither intend to surrender or to run.
Wait, who?
The wardens.
The warden.
Cedar, what would you like to do? You are currently at 17 out of 43 hit points. You have 2 third-level slots and 3 first-level slots and 1 second-level spell slot. You could use your action to... I believe it's an action to continue Foxfire, and let's see, does it make them make the save, or do they just take it? They make the save again. Do you want to force them to make the save again? Cedar?
Free milk.
Abby? Free milks. Everybody get your free
Sorry,
milk.
didn't realize I was on mute. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
I've been saying things like 50,000 times. I'm so sorry.
You're okay.
Could you share the map with me?
There is a
Yeah,
version of
I
it.
got you. It's coming. It's coming.
Oh, you mean
Okay,
like on Fantasy
you.
Grounds?
Either way would be great.
I got you. It's in the chat.
Thanks.
Of course.
There's the Fantasy Grounds version.
Thank you.
Well, that one didn't. It's the same.
Would if I did the Foxfire thing, would that? I wouldn't be able to do Cure Wounds, right?
No.
Like, it's either or.
Either or, because both take an action.
Okay, well let's do Cure Wounds on myself then.
All right, are you using a first, second, or third level spell slot?
What's that?
Are you using a first, second, or third level spell slot? When you cast spells at higher levels, it'll increase the healing.
Yeah.
So at base level, Cure Wounds does 1d8 plus 4. At second level, it'll do 2d8 plus 4, and third level will do 3.
I'll do first level.
You know how to roll it on yourself? You good?
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
I think you can. Drag it on.
Okay.
You heal 9 hit points as you pull your hand up, placed on your chest, and feel the healing energy of Sylvanas flow into you. Do you have any? I don't think you. I think we've been over this a few times. I don't think you have basically any bonus actions except for spiritual weapon. You want a spiritual weapon, Dawn Warden 3 again?
Yes, please.
Eat. Go ahead and roll the attack. As the green glowing mace strikes down toward them again. You got it?
What are you saying?
Do you want to roll the attack or me?
You please, because I don't know how to do it.
Okay. Alright, that is a hit with a 26. And you deal 8 points of damage as this strike comes down, slamming downwards with more weight than you would have expected from a strike from a radiant floating weapon. Strikes down onto their shoulder as you feel it, as you hear a crack from their shoulder and collarbone as it breaks through their aura, as it pushes them downward and basically shoves them to the floor. Downward strike. One left. And it is their turn.
Dun, dun, dun.
Anything fancy you.
For the honor of the rightful prince, Giga Chad Smite.
Giga Chad Smite. They don't have smites. Unfortunately, for all the paladin stuff they do have, smites is not one of them. They technically could have taken smite spells, but the standard spell list is Bless, Command, Cure Wounds, and Magic Weapons, so... instead, they're going to make 2 scimitar attacks against Cedar because she's the person standing in front of them who has so far been the easiest to hit. Speaking of which, the first strike is going to cut into you, Cedar, as they deal 9 points of damage, slashing in toward you. You unfortunately lose the effect of Foxfire as they slash in, reacting to your aura, sending your aura to flash again. They are going to bring the second scimitar down. For Aether. Unfortunately, this one misses as you manage to bring up your mace and strike against the sword, holding it up. Fail. Going to hold his falchion with 2 hands. Whatever twisted version of honor you hold will no longer. I completely messed up his voice. Let me say that. Whatever twisted version of honor will no longer. The first strike as he brings down with both hands is going to do 8 points of damage as he brings it up from the ground in an upward slash from left to right. Second one is going to unfortunately miss as he strikes and actually hits against their scimitar as it slides forward and effectively gets them into a handle lock with him pushing toward them. Going to reach around with his left hand and try to grapple them. Why wouldn't he? That's what he can. His ability to do. It occurs to me that no one's attacked Dale in its entire combat, and at this point, no one ever. Unfortunately, he fails again. Come on, dude. You have a special multi-attack that lets you do that. Actually succeed for one. But he's effectively got them in a blade lock. Thicket, what would you like to do?
I really should start planning what I'm gonna do beforehand.
Fair. I should also start remembering to do this. Garon, you're on deck. So what is Thicket doing?
I'm gonna do Fuegatito again.
Alright, send another burst of flame at the last remaining Dawn Guard, who is fairly hurt.
Try to question one of them.
That hits. Roll damage. You deal 8 points of fire damage as it blasts into them again. They turn and glare at you. Enough with the tricks.
That's concerning. I think it's going to back up.
Fair. Where to? All right. Garand.
All right, I'm gonna move in such a way that I can see this last one without any kind of issue, hopefully.
See, there's not a lot of spaces where you can see them without some. Like your best bet is one of the two squares between. That's good enough. You step by the barrel. Presumably hold up your hand. Are you going to brine first? You do brine.
I did switch it over, and I will be Eldritch Blasting 2 attempts. With each strike, if it looks like it might kill him, I'm going to try to withhold killing. Because I want to try to see if we can question him.
Typically, you cannot withhold killing on magic.
Oh, what? Okay, well, I guess he's got to learn somehow. So yeah, Garon's gonna just blast him.
I mean, you kind of already learned when you stabbed people with psychic energy last time. That was part of the reason you accidentally killed someone.
Okay, that's fair. All right, well, then.
So you would know enough that if you wanted to just step up and stab them, you would know that was not killing them.
Okay, let me do that then. I'll move up and I'll dagger, and then offhand dagger with not as much.
Step further. That is a natural 20. I don't think you're going to need 2 attacks.
Yeah, probably not.
Thankfully, I consider Brine to still be a melee attack, so I'll allow you to not instant kill with that. And it doesn't instantly kill them. They take a total of 6 points of damage, 7 points of damage. They are very low. Do you have second attack yet? I don't know that you. No, you.
No, offhand. But I can dagger in my offhand for as a bonus action. Oh no, I can't because I brined. But I didn't see any brine damage go off.
That's true. Roll 2d6. Like you lost the plot of brine somewhere along the way. That is enough. As you strike into them with this first attack, as they're distracted, having turned and looked at Thicket, come up behind them with the pommel of your blade. And you said you wanted to non-lethal?
Yeah, because I want us to try to question him, but also then we can have someone to turn in to who I think is actually a good guy. We'll see if I'm right or not, but I think that the one guy that's been helping us, I think he's on the good side.
All right, you step up and with the pommel of your blade, you smack them in the back of the head. They slump forward. Bill catches them in his left arm. Well, that went better than I expected.
Are you glad you trusted us?
I am. Given this, as he looks over to the unconscious Triton, I think it may just be about time to take some proper action against Elzander.
Doug is going to take, or pretty much search Mouse Pirate's body.
What in particular are you looking for?
Well, the sword is of interest, right? Because that's a similar shape of what we were told in the...
It's not. The weapon that she has is as you take a look at it, appears to be a fairly simple rapier.
Oh.
No magic whatsoever.
Well, Doug's just gonna scour for anything that seems like utilizable.
Look to see if she's got that special like stiletto.
Stiletto dagger. You do see she does have a stiletto dagger at her side, in addition to her rapier. Is wearing now somewhat messy studded leather armor.
Does she have valuables?
She does not. There is no coins. There is no, identification. But there, most people don't carry any kind of real identification way. But there's no coins. There's art. There's keys. There's nothing. You do find a set of thieves' tools. I can throw onto your sheet, but beyond that,
are there like tattoos or like symbols anywhere?
Nothing. It's make a intelligence. Let's see. I guess an insight check. Intelligence or wisdom, your choice.
I don't think Doug is good at either of those, but he'll do one of them.
Better at intelligence. Wisdom, not a particularly great roll anyway. You rolled a total of 10. Yeah, it's weird. No stuff. Markings. Nothing traceable. Weird. What an odd decision for someone to make.
So I guess Doug just collects the rapier and these like stiletto knife.
Fantasy Grounds finish is catching up with itself. I will throw those into the party. All two up as you desire. And as we reach the end of that fight for the moment, for anything y'all are going to do with Dawn Warden 8, anything with Bale or with the bodies, we are going to go ahead and take our 10-minute break. Come back to find out what I'll choose to do.
Cool beans.
GG, fam. Good job.
I did it. I killed people.
May I have my feet back, please?
Your feet?
I want to run. Let me go.
Oh, those feet. I was like, I'm not. What about your feet do I have? What are you talking about? This ain't that kind of stream, Maury. What are you going on about?
I'm free.
Wait, what happened with your feet?
I was telling Micah to let our characters run around freely.
Oh.
There we go. I fixed the reactives. Now same on every player. Let's see. She does not have any of those items. Let's see. Thieves' tools. I don't know if anyone needs thieves' tools, but there they are. A non-magical, non-silver, basic rapier. Whether she had access to it or not, it appears she didn't use magic weapons. By the way, mechanically, the stiletto is a dagger, so I'm just going to throw it in there, and then I'll rename it. Actually, it might be more similar. Devised weapon. particular kind. Might actually. Oh, there we go. A rondel. Rondel.
Arundel?
No. A rondel. It's in real life, it is a particular kind of dagger that is typically like three-bladed, but not really, because it's intended to be a short dagger used to finish off people in the battlefield. If you were to hit someone with a mace, you could reach down with the rondel and stab them. So it's a dagger that has the sundering and finisher. No thrown prop. Are you going to take her studded leather? I'll throw it in the party sheet, and then if you'll decide not to take it, then you decide to take it, then studded leather. Which I guess... What are you equipped? Warriors put at. Equivalent to a gambeson. Have any significant differences? No, I'm just gonna put leather on the... I'm also gonna go ahead, before I forget, throw the XP from that encounter into the party sheet. Won't get it yet. Good session. Should be correct. Double checked the amount. That encounter is worth 8,700 XP. About, give or take a couple. Because he did technically have help, but he didn't do that much. Well, I'm glad Anne got to be on the screen for one session before she died. Got one thumbnail.
What was her name?
I've been calling her N.
Oh.
Her name starts with an N, but y'all don't know what her name is yet. I'll never find out what her name is. Maybe in like 10 sessions after this arc is over. Then.
I'm pretty sure if we describe her as Mouse Pirate, other people would catch on.
I don't think anyone else will Mouse Pirate with this woman. Pirate, maybe. Mouse, definitely. In fact, calling a Triton Mouse Pirate is probably extremely racist.
Maybe if they speak Dwarven, Mouse would resonate with something.
I don't even know how I'm supposed to... No idea. Maybe. You could try it. No promises. Good job,
So-
pal. You weren't totally useless. What was that?
So I was just kind of looking back over my stuff, and Hungry Jaw,
Yes.
it doesn't. It doesn't. It just said as a bonus action, you can make a special attack with your bite. It says it deals normal damage, and you gain temporary hit points equal to your Constitution modifier. But like, it doesn't tell me what normal damage is.
The normal damage is listed in the bite. 1d6 plus your strength modifier.
see.
Piercing damage.
I see.
Which you haven't used your sharp teeth that you have very much. You do have them, they haven't come out very much. Doug has not bared his fangs.
Yeah, Doug kind of likes to keep that under wraps, and doesn't necessarily like the, I guess, eating of flesh.
Understandable.
He also looks menacing enough, so he doesn't want to add to it.
Yeah. The whole eye mark will be a little intimidating to some people. I do think this version of Doug is much better than the old picture of Doug we had.
I agree.
It's definitely not a dragonborn like the other picture made it look.
Oh, so what I put in the message at some time at work today. So there was a misspelling at work, and it was like really like way off. Which, granted, English is not their first language, but even with it not being their first language, like there's no reason why this word should have been that far off. But it made me think of, just going down a rabbit trail. And somehow it wound up being what if there's a subclass called a pacifist, spelled with two S's, and then fist. But they can't deal damage themselves. Everything they touch gets like healed if they try to injure it.
Interesting.
But they can enchant weapons to heal the target but hurt the user. And can like manipulate, like, I guess, how things are done. But any damage to them is like, there has to be like some kind of save, otherwise it does like double, just as like a trade-off.
Makes sense.
But yeah, I could just imagine someone going around like enchanting things.
Seems like an interesting idea. I'm not exactly sure how I'd make it work in D&D terms, but it does seem like a path. Which I guess there kind of is with the Paladin Oath of Redemption. But even then,
Yeah. Or like, this one, like if they're holding a weapon at any point, they take like damage just for like sheer holding it.
That'd be interesting. Effectively being cursed the whole time.
Yeah.
Actually, one of the origins for the Devourer subclass I made first. Cough, cough. Devourer subclass whose cursed is Asaka Yori. Cough, cough. Devourer Barbarian. Cough, cough. Cursed. Cough, cough. Anywho, Jaislyn is back. Are you back, Jaislyn?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, how's the nose?
It stopped bleeding.
That's good. Abby.
What's up?
Chris.
Yo.
Maury.
I'm finding food. I'll be back in a sec.
Oh. Absolute. No, it's fine. We're all good. We're all good. We're chill here, bro. All good, man.
Considering we started at 7:20 for you guys tonight.
Yeah, that's actually
really good. So
we started on time. We've all got another 30 minutes or so with Abby. Because Abby has to open at her work tomorrow. I also just remembered something. I'm going to talk to the team privately in a second, recording and also Twitch. Unmute. There you go.
I am back.
Oh, right on time. Oakley dokley. Let me swap over the camera. Guess we don't need picture of dead mouse pirate anymore. Goodbye, dead mouse pirate. It was nice knowing you. As you all take a moment, take a breath, Bill drops the Dawn Warden on the ground. Basically, without a second thought, walks over to the barrel over here that had partially been cut open and some water was falling out to the side. You see these are filled partially with water, not all the way, but at least enough to hold them steady. And he brings the falchion down, cutting another hole in the opposite end, and then kicks the whole thing over, causing a spread of water across the area down here, putting out the fire that had been started from the fallen land.
I forgot that the room was on fire.
Yep. But he remembered, and he's not going to let this happen.
Does Fire Kitty get bigger if it absorbs more fire?
No. Fire Kitty does not get. So, why is it y'all want to keep this one alive? Why does it you want to keep this one alive?
To question him and turn him in. I believe that we know of at least one honorable sort in the guard.
There are quite a few, but many of them just take orders. He will begin to drag the warden off toward the stage up here. Smart move. Got to have good planners. Allies. I believe with this is if you this is a rare opportunity, having defeated the assassin quite clearly more than I expected. Now may be the perfect time to remove Selzander one way or another. Any of you have a method to hook the warden up?
We can heal them. We should disarm all of them, and their armaments and so forth. I believe they were attacking with scimitars.
They were. They're large. Several of them are a bit broken, a bit hurt, so you would not be able to get full price for them if you ever tried to sell them. But there is 2, 4, 6, 8 scimitars across the bunch.
Is there an exit out of here that doesn't require the door?
Nope.
Should we have Thicket go as a animal or chicken again outside to just scope around, make sure no one's like looking to see who comes out?
That's a reasonable idea. Thicket, are you willing to do that? I can send Jackie to chase after you as if Jackie was chasing a random chicken.
I mean, do we need the chicken?
We don't need it for them to see us coming out first. If there is someone looking.
Let me see if I could try something besides a wild shape. No, that's really the only disguise thing I have. Okay. Let's find my chicken suit.
If you plan to take the armor off of the other 3 that are unconscious, or from the one that's, the other 3 that are dead, or the one that's still alive, they are wearing harbigans, which in regular D&D terms are effectively scale mail, 14 plus dex up to 2, disadvantage on stealth. It is very clearly Dawn Guard. Like if you were to put it on Doug, he would look like a Dawn Guard. Even if it didn't fit.
So some of us can sneak out and look around, potentially.
Chicken mode.
Is anyone going with chicken mode?
Not immediately.
All right. Chicken thicket. As you move in and climb up the steps again, you see that the trapdoor is closed.
I'm gonna try and push it up.
In chicken form, you have a very hard time pushing the trapdoor up.
I'll go back and peck at Doug's feet.
Doug, there is a chicken pecking at you.
And then I stand by the doorway and just stare at you.
Doug just follows.
You see the closed trapdoor.
Doug, I guess, understands that the chicken might need help, so I guess just opens the door enough for the chicken to slide through. Or I guess, and Jackie.
Is Jackie coming with?
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like a relatively decent idea to act as if Jackie found this chicken, and maybe even Jackie would be strong enough to open the door. I don't know, but either way, Jackie that can chase Chicket around.
Well, the question is a little less: can Jackie open a door, and whether or not Jackie's intelligent enough to open a door and wise enough to not attack Chicken.
Oh, maybe will it still smell like thicket?
It would smell more like chicken.
No, it's more like chicken. Okay, then we'll have to. That might be a long-term trick.
So you don't want Jackie to go yet?
No, just in case.
Fair.
I guess Doug will put on the armor then.
So Doug is
And
going to start putting on one of the pairs of armor.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and take the Habergen into your inventory and equip it. Should change your current AC. Check it. As you hop up into the room upstairs, you see it's still dark, quiet. You don't see anyone standing or moving. But you do see someone not moving up. You see Roger, clearly having been released from the rope, is slumped off to the side, a pool of blood.
Pickett carefully walks over, trying not to disturb the crime scene, and checks for breath.
Stepping up. Not alive. Probably been dead for a minute, maybe 2 at this point.
That's sad.
Killed Roger on the way down. Not asking for a password either, but they weren't interested in not.
So there's no one in the room?
Nope. It appears this backside of the Hearth and Haven is empty except for him. You haven't checked up front, and the door out the back is currently.
Wait, is there like a door to the front?
No, it's a open. It's an open doorway.
Okay.
Stepping out to the front, you see there is no one here either. It's an empty room. Like, there's still the breads and stuff that are covered on the shelves and things, but there is no person.
Is there a window at the front?
Yeah, there are a couple of windows at the front.
I think I would like to sneakily look out the window and see if anyone is watching
Make a perception check.
the door.
Make a perception check. You feel absolutely certain there is no one watching you. I don't see a single person. No doubt in your mind. No one else. Passive insight, whoever they brought in, seems to be all the people they brought in. At least from this point.
Alright, was that everywhere? Front, back, outside?
You checked the inside of the back, but you haven't opened the door to the back.
Oh. Like, checking outside the back door?
Yeah.
I will do that too.
How are you going to open the door?
Is there like a window?
Nope. There is not a window in the back.
Doug is just going to open the door casually and then like stand beside it as if he's guarding something. Also look.
Doug is downstairs changing armor.
Oh.
Ticket came up here alone.
Is there a counter next to the door?
Not next to the door back here. There is a counter that appears to be used for like rolling up dough and stuff, but not next to the counter. I'm sorry, not next to the door.
Okay, I think it goes over to the trap door and pecks at it.
Make a chicken strength check. And Doug, make a perception check.
Strength check. It's -3.
There is no response. Doug, you hear nothing. Your AC is now 16 and you have disadvantage on stealth. As y'all see Doug put on the Dawn Guard armor. While Chicket is stuck upstairs for a moment, what are you people doing here? Cedar, Garand, Gambit. What is Maverick doing?
Garand would be kind of, like I said, taking everybody's gear away from him if we haven't done that already. If we have, then he's tying up the living one, getting ready to like maybe sit him on a box so that you can start interrogation questioning.
With that, Bale will lift them up and sit them on the front of the little stage here. He seems to be fairly strong. Maybe not as strong as Doug, but he's definitely got one of those, what the kids would call a sleeper build. Doesn't look terribly strong, but pretty hefty. Make a survival check. And do you have a rope? I assume one of you do. Which rope are you using?
I thought, like Cedar had some.
Garon, you also have
I
rope.
probably do.
Oh, okay.
Basically, every D&D character starts with rope. It's just a matter of time until you run out and realize you have to buy more periodically. Yeah, you're pretty confident in your rope tying skills. The warden is currently set up here and with one of the smaller boxes set behind them so they can kind of sit up, tied effectively to the box entirely, which you do see this box is partially filled with what would this box be?
Scorpions. No.
No. It appears to be different herbs. For specialty breads. Because this is, first and foremost, a bake shop. That just occasionally has, people fight and kill each other in the basement. But
I'm pretty sure this is an OSHA violation.
It's also the first time this has happened, to be fair. Normally there's just a secret group of not terrorists, they aren't terrorists, genuinely. I know I jokingly said terrorists, but they aren't really terrorists. I guess technically y'all are once you start trying to kill the Lord, but for the moment y'all aren't.
We're only terrorists if we get caught, sir.
Sure. And if you succeed, that means you're rebels, because then you get them. Anywho. Chicket, are you staying?
I prefer
Chicket?
Freedom Fighter.
Freedom Fighter? What is Chicket doing upstairs? He chicketing?
Chicket's going to peck at the trapdoor again.
Tap, 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 tap. The clank, clank of armor.
There's anyone else here?
They're 50 feet away? No. Even if you rolled a nat 20 on the check, it would still be
Not even
difficult.
Jackie.
Nope.
Can Jackie smell me?
Yeah. Jackie's not supposed to follow you. Jackie doesn't understand. Make another strength check as Chicket. See if you can maybe get Doug to hear this time. Nope. No response. Those are down there.
So how long does it take Doug to actually put on armor compared to Garon?
It's medium armor, so 5 minutes. So over the time for y'all taking the armor off of people, tying the person up, make sure the place doesn't burn down, you finally get the armor fixed up on you.
Okay, Doug is going to, in a very weird way, casually walk as he's not used to wearing armor. I guess he's trying to get adjusted to it as he gets to the trapdoor.
You're pecking on the opposite side.
And so he goes to open the hatch without even warning Chicket that he is opening the door. He's just gonna burst it open.
Chicket deftly steps off as the trapdoor is lifted underneath him. You see Chicket staring down at you. Presumably bok-bocking.
No, he doesn't want to make noise.
Chicket makes no noise then.
Pecks at his feet and then goes towards the back door.
Hops down, pecks at your feet, and steps back up to the back door.
Okay. I just follow, and then I just stay at the door just to kind of see what happens.
Doug stands at the door.
He lightly pecks at the door.
Is this door just like wooden? Like just
Yep. Casual
there's no
wooden door.
there's no like window at like
No window, no people. Nothing like that. This is fantasy Middle Age. Why would they have a peephole on the back door of a bakery?
Doug is just going to open the door casually and then walk out and like stand like in front as it shuts.
Does Chicket come out with him?
Yes.
As Doug comes out in armor and stands out. Chicket does not see, using the same perception check as before, does not see anyone watching the house right now. Nor even really walking at this point. Like, there's no one outside. It's at this point, y'all are, I believe, in the encore. And
Does anything
is about 11:35, 11:40. Was that Doug?
Does Doug see anything when he immediately walks out?
No. Empty street. Or empty back alley, I suppose. There's another building another 5-10 feet away on the opposite side. You see people have thrown trash out into the alley, but you don't see any more.
Have we seen these guards before, or are these like new uniforms?
These particular guards? Never. But the uniforms do match the regular Dawn Guard identically.
What do you mean?
Like, it's almost like it's effectively all the Dawn Guard wear like a standard issue design. And these match those.
So like Doug being a mercenary, would he like recognize?
Doug hasn't been to Sheer that much. But just in the time you've spent in town, you'll have met a couple Dawn Guard members. The armor looks the same as the regular Dawn.
Okay.
Whether this is a disguise, or whether these are actual Dawn Guard members, or something between the two. Can't tell.
Do they seem to be like feared or like admired by the people?
In general?
Yeah.
Make an insight check. How doth? I don't know.
Yeah, Doug's not very observant.
Doug's not very observant, and he's not much of a people person. With y'all standing upstairs, what's the downstairs crew up to? What's the plan? I want to ask them. I believe we've all introduced ourselves. Says Micah, double checking. How's Bale?
Just for Christopher, the one that's talking to us, the one that helped us in the fight, was he also the one with the gun, or was that someone else that left?
He is the one with the gun. He has a revolver at his hip. On his left side.
I want to make sure.
You're good. The one with the fancy long white hair. Elven. Red side cape.
If we're ready, if you have any questions yourself prepared, then that'll be helpful. But if we're ready, we can go ahead and try and question them ourselves, and then we can take him to the guard that I believe is more in line with your own thought process. I can't remember the name of the guy right now.
Oscar.
Oscar was the one that's been dealing with like he had like the people stay at his house.
Yep.
Okay, so I'll ask him if he knows Oscar.
I met him a few times. I worked under him. Getting my voice right. There we go. This is what it's supposed to be. I've worked under him a few times while I was still in the guard. And he's a good man, but I haven't brought him in the shade tree at this point. But I suppose now is as good as ever. As for questions, I'll be honest, I hadn't expected this opportunity to show up. Not quite sure yet, so you can ask first.
All right. If you would like to assist in keeping this under control, that fancy weapon that you had, that
He pulls out the revolver. This whole thing.
yeah, can you aim that at him?
Right?
Be ready in case, for whatever reason, I was wrong and I did not do a good job after all with the knots. Or perhaps it will assist in scaring him into giving us what we need to know. Who knows? He could be one of those loyal until death types, and then it's just going to be a whole waste of time. And then, yeah. But
this is a dwarf, by the way, male dwarf. I don't know if that matters with anything, but figured I'd mention.
Well, okay. Can I get some kind of roll? Maybe a history
Sure.
or something to see if I maybe know some ways to kind of talk to dwarves.
Dwarfish? What do you mean? Like
I meant like in the idea of Tolkien and dwarves being very loyal, hardy, faithful, enduring people, but also prone to greed and pride. Or how like elves, again, Tolkien elves.
yeah.
That.
The average dwarf in this world tends to be fairly gruff, fairly self-reliant in a lot of ways. Most dwarves are. They don't like to have to reach out for help. They have an affinity for natural materials, metals, stone, but they aren't necessarily. They don't necessarily have like an internal greed for it. Some might, but that's not a consistent thing. They tend to be rather sturdy, self-reliant. Those are the biggest main thing. They're physically very capable. Like they can hold drink quite well. They are fairly naturally talented craftsmen. They do live a bit on the long side for most races. In this world, they live only about to be 150. Though in regular D&D, it can be in the 100s, if I remember correctly.
All right. Well, then if I think Cedar and Gambit are with me, so if they appear to be ready, maybe Maverick too, but if they appear to be ready, then we can get our questioning started.
All right.
Sure.
People upstairs. Are y'all just keeping watch now? Ticket and Doug? Newest crime show coming to CBS.
I'd watch
Did-
it.
I forget, did we see anything out the back door?
Nope. No one. Nothing suspicious. Nothing going on.
Okay. I'll just stay up there then. Can't really open the trapdoor or anything.
Fair?
Doug is just kind of gonna play around with like his new feeling / I guess awareness of metal that he has, and is just going to like kind of get a feel of like his power, I guess, his semblance.
Yeah. Like
So
floating
he's just
around the sword and stuff.
Yeah, and then also like he has chainmail on, right, or skull mail?
A habergeon, which you can double check the internet, but I believe is a form of chainmail.
Then yeah, he's just gonna try to like move a singular like piece.
Yes,
Or
it's
like a
effectively
line.
chainmail.
Yeah, but yeah, he's just gonna like just play around a bit.
Those of you downstairs. What do you do?
All right. Well, to help him come to, I can cast a cure spell on him, or if he happens to have any potions or whatever on himself or something, we can use one of those or whatever.
None of them had any potions or other magic items.
Okay. So yeah, so...
Would Cedar like to cast a healing spell?
Oh, there you go.
Cedar?
I could do it.
Oakley dokley. Take a moment, Cedar reaches forward. The same green glow you've seen come from her a few times. Whenever she casts the spell, the almost vine-like tendrils of magical energy out, begin to bind some of the wounds for this person. Their eyes flutter a few moments, and he looks up. Says nothing.
Oh, welcome
What's
back.
up, bro?
Yeah.
You good?
He remains quiet, staring at you, fairly straight-faced.
You seem to say for Aether, before you fell, you believe that you are serving Aether by working with an assassin. Is that right?
Sometimes we must sin so that we do the work of our gods. The work may be dirty, but someone must do it.
Do you, though?
Says nothing.
Great talk, bud.
Now, perhaps you've noticed that your life is on the line, and perhaps you still want to serve Aether, and perhaps you've been merely misled. Why don't we see what we can work out for you?
My name is Gilly Drakegut. I was a Dawnguard member. I worked with these other three. This assassin abandoned the order to attack the people of Shit.
Now, why would that sound like something Aether wanted?
Takes a deep breath. I'm Gilly Drakegut. I and these three others joined this assassin to attack the people of Shit. Purge the sins of the land. We abandoned the Dawnguard.
And how has the land sinned? And if the land has sinned, how are the people of Shist responsible for that? Who put that bright idea into your head?
Those who would harm church, what it stands for, must be put down.
What if instead you, didn't?
I already have. I'm Gilly Drakegut. I worked with these three other Dawnguard. This assassin. Attacked the people. Just purge them of their sins. We are separate from the Dawnguard. Abandoned them.
What if you just tried to, change their ways instead? You ever tried having a conversation?
It's too late for me.
Things are never too late.
I'm Gilly Dracut. I worked with the Dawn Guard, assassin, protect the people of Schist. We abandoned the Dawn Guard.
Now, repetition is great and all, but I don't see how you expect to be serving Aether. So what makes you so convinced that Schist or the people therein are the ones responsible for the sins of the land?
The sins of the land is a fancy way of saying sin.
And what makes you certain that it was them?
It says nothing.
Oh, so you just do things willy-nilly. There's no rhyme or reason to them. I'm fairly certain that Aether wouldn't want that.
You know Aether?
I kind of look sideways at Cedar like, what are you doing? And then I'm like, I mean, aren't all the lords and
I've
ladies...
never met him personally, but I've heard of it. You know?
Isn't Aether one of the ones that's on the side of right?
Or
Yes.
left. I'm not really sure.
The dwarf looks to you. Aether is the god of light. Sins must be brought to bear in darkness.
Right.
Oh, I love bears.
So who pointed you to the concept that the darkness was the people of Schist?
Not all the people. Those who would attack, kill, warriors who lead it.
So you're also
who
part
wait.
of the darkness.
I commit my sins so that others do not have to.
That doesn't make a lot of sense. Because they still have sins that they can commit, so...
Some evil is necessary.
Do you really believe that Aether would be hunky-dory with all that? He'd say, no, great job, well done, I'm so glad that you did all those horrible things. Way to misrepresent the light in order to serve the light. Does that make sense? You know, if I was thirsty, I wouldn't ask someone to punch me in the face.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't either.
I expect I will be punished. Die. After I am finished with my punishment, I will serve him, even in death.
Right. Perhaps you've never heard of an abusive relationship, but I believe you're the victim of some very intensive twisting. Aether would not want to punish you. If he wanted to serve Aether, Aether's goal would not be to make sure that you did wrong to punish you. That's foolish. So, someone here, not Aether, gave you the idea that it was right to do this. Now, perhaps it was the assassin, perhaps it was someone else. Perhaps it was someone that you don't even speak their name because you have such awe and respect for them. But it's not Aether that told you that, correct?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, I'll definitely be using points and stuff on this, so.
Hero point. How's Gambit feel about all this?
Gambit's really confused by this dude. And he's not really one for like philosophy class or whatever. He's trying his best to follow the conversation.
The dwarf looks up at you. I follow the orders given to the assassin.
Right, see, that...
What if the assassin is lying?
I have faith.
Okay, George Michael.
I have no idea who that is.
Of course you don't, because you're lame.
It is too late for me.
No, see...
Know why you keep saying that. I really don't believe that anything is too late for anybody. Let me tell you something. I thought, like, it was too late for me to, like, find family. I thought I had my one family, and then they all died in a volcano accident, and it was done for me. But now I found this family here with the messengers. And I'm realizing that we have all this time in our lives, and weird things keep happening over and over, day by day, that for us to think in absolutes and to say that things could never happen and that things are too late, that's just wrong. Because we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, and we don't know what could happen in a few weeks. But what I am sure of is that I don't know anything.
A persuasion check with advantage.
Okay.
Press the advantage button bottom left, go to your skill sheet, and make that.
With advantage?
Yep.
Wait, how do I do it with advantage?
In the bottom left, next to the modifier thing, there is the ADV and DIS buttons. Click the ADV button and then make...
Okay, I'm not seeing that.
Underneath the chat.
The chat? Oh! So I press ADV.
And then make the roll.
Okay, and I'm doing persuasion, right?
Yep. Which, let me fix it. It's not set to charisma. Looks at you. I do not fully understand how you feel. Nor do I understand how you say you cannot know anything. You can know something.
Let me try this explanation. Maybe this will better elaborate what my friend Cedar was saying. You see, the light, it's not really there at nighttime, right? But it comes back.
Always comes back.
In the dawn, right? Yes. So, likewise, it's not too late for you as long as you take breath, you see. Now, the light can still come from within you and shine outward. But it's a choice that you have to make. No one can do this for you, you see.
And you claim to know the will of Aether.
I claim to know logic. I'm not going to lie to you and say that I'm a great priest of Aether. That's not something that I feel like doing at this time. Or really at any time. I don't really want to take any sort of powerful creature, being or otherwise, for granted. We can leave it there. But I can say, logically speaking, it makes no sense whatsoever for Aether, the god of light, to say, yes, please go ahead and do darkness on my behalf, just so I can punish you for it, and then I promise you'll get rewarded. That's not consistent. Now, it's good that you had faith, but sometimes we put our faith in the wrong place, in the wrong person.
Perhaps.
I understand that we just dispatched many people that you have been with for a while, and that may sour your ability to want to trust us. But you came in looking for a fight. You came in looking to end our lives. I doubt that any of us would have been spared had the roles been reversed. Now, we spared the last of you because, yes, we wanted to use you for information. But you may not know this about the messengers just yet. I don't know how much research your assassin had done and how much she had shared. But our tendency is to try to turn around those who have been in darkness to point them to the light. You may see, right beside me, this kobold fellow. He's part of a tribe that this group rescued. I was not on board with that thought process at the beginning, but they really wanted to, and they made a difference in the lives of kobolds. Kobolds, I've never heard this in my life, here, mind you. Now, here's one who fights alongside us. Here's one who tries to protect us. A kobold protecting others. If light can come from that, surely light can come from you. So I'm asking you, will you make the right choice and truly serve Aether the way that logically he would want you to do? Because any god of light would not want you to cause darkness to bring light. Darkness does not bring light. Light makes darkness run.
Make a persuasion check.
It is what it is.
He grimaces.
Sometimes you roll really, really bad.
Yeah?
You know, I don't know.
Grimaces and shakes his head. Oh. Having all these ideas, but you sound like salesman. Snake oil. Merchant who...
You sound like a salesman.
I try to sell you nothing. You could execute me now. That simply is how it is.
You're trying to sell us this idea that you're doing something good by doing bad things.
You do not have
That's
to
what you're
believe
trying to
it.
sell us.
You do not have
No,
to
you're
believe
trying to
it.
sell to yourself that you're the good guy via bad things.
He does not respond.
Have you checked your lamp recently? Maybe you have snake oil.
I do not desire to give you any information. Something sounds wrong here. Came here to kill those who would attack the Church of Aether. But trust those who would hide in basements who plan attack on the church.
We attack charlatans and murderers. We don't really concern ourselves with churches unless those churches like to sacrifice people on the altar of false religion.
Make one last person. Kill me or do not. Do not care. My mind and heart is settled. You believe what you believe, and I will hold my own. I attacked you. I'm a murderer. Shoot me. Stab me. My work here is done, one way or the other. Whether I go to jail indefinitely, whether I die, I will hold by what I have said. I am Gilly Breakgun. I and these 3 Dawn Guard abandoned the Dawn Guard, work with this assassin to attack those who we believe is attacking.
Well, Bale. He's got nothing else, I guess, for me, so.
Okay. Is there anything you want me to ask him?
I mean, if you want confirmation that the assassin who gives the assassin orders, but
Okay. Please step out. Would like to be alone.
Garon's at a crossroads. He's like, Garon's gonna wait and see what the others do.
Gambit, you're the only others here right now because I believe Abby had to step out, as she said she would about 9:30. And Maverick is not here at the moment, so your others.
Let's leave him, but then like hang back because I want to see what he does.
All right. If Garon follows, are y'all like going to the other side of the crates and trying to watch, or what?
If Gambit is trying to hide that he's hanging back, then I guess it would just be his stealth versus my perception. But if it's kind of obvious, then I'd be willing to stealth while Maverick and Cedar, who both tend to be a little bit louder, moved on ahead.
Yeah, Gambit's gonna like motion to Garon, be like, okay, we're leaving, and then like motion to Garon, like, hey, let's hang back, actually.
They're all trying to like sneak off to the side of the room over behind barrels or stuff, or what?
Like, sounds like we're going up through the thing, but then like, like stomp up the ladder or whatnot, like slam the trap door, but actually not leave.
Alright, I will give Gambit, oh wait, Gambit already has some, right? Gambit already has... Although it's probably been 10 minutes. So, I'll just give Gambit another one.
Okay. I'm also going to use a hero point as well.
Okay, both of you make stealth checks.
Just second. So here is my hero point. And then where do I go for the inspiration or for the? Do I just roll a?
Inspiration, roll a D8. Is it 8 or is it 6 right
now? For Bardic, I think it's still D6.
Alright, roll a D6. And add 4 in the modifier window.
Add 4?
Yep. 1 for the hero point, 3 for the bardic inspiration into the bottom left modifier window,
okay.
And then roll your stuff.
Okay. 4, and then... okay. I missed the window. Haha.
Well, try again. Alright, so you are super hidden. Garand is a little less. Over the next couple minutes, Bale begins to pace back and forth, fiddling with the revolver. Begins to fairly quietly start describing, saying like, I'm going to do this to you and this to you, which I would like each of you to do insight checks.
That's really what I should have spent my
Tell me who the assassin
inspiration
is.
on.
Tell me who gives you orders. Part of the Dawn Guard. Gambit can't quite tell. Gambit gets concerned for a minute. Garand, you can, as you kind of watch him and his movements, he's effectively threatening to torture this man. But as he keeps like walking around, and as he like keeps like basically saying no or remaining silent or repeating his line, Bale doesn't seem to be making good. You get the feeling that Bale is trying to intimidate, but doesn't want to.
Nice. I'll kind of chill Gambit.
This goes on for 10, 12 minutes. At one point, Bale even strikes into the box behind Gilly with the sword, with his falchion. Before eventually getting his sword and putting the revolver in it on his side before walking back. As he gets over to here, he takes a look over to the left, looks at you. Well, no luck. That's all I'm willing to do.
That's alright. We tried. You know, and sometimes you just can't reach people. Some people are so caught up in their own twisted minds that nothing will reach them, and it's heartbreaking when that happens.
Yes.
Maybe enough time in prison after the truth comes out, after we've proven victorious, maybe that will open him up. You know, I look forward to perhaps visiting him after we've revealed the light, as it were.
Yes. He looks down at his gloved hand for a moment. Back up to you. People change. There's no reason to force someone to remain who they decided to be. Always choose to be.
Agreed. Every step we take is a choice. It's
He's going
important to remember that.
Begin to unbind the person from the box, but try and keep them tied. Their arms still tied to them. What is the plan?
Well, if you have access to a prison away from everything, that would be most helpful. Because all it takes is we turn him in, even to a trusted one, and then an untrusted one comes along and gets information. You know, uses the same kind of rhetoric to convince him that he's serving the light. And then before you know it, then, you know, pieces are revealed that you don't want. And if you don't have access to that, then we may have to dispatch him after all, which is heartbreaking. I would rather see him restored, but...
What do we do with the bodies?
I mean, if you know of any pig farmers...
I will take them. I will try to get the carts and take them to Priest of Erebus, I know. Proper burials.
Well, that's right. That's right as rain of you.
They do not deserve. For as much as they've done wrong, this should not be desecrated. You wish to keep the assassin for anything?
I don't know what we would keep it for. I mean, I assume that her blades would be proof enough that she was defeated when the time comes to confront Selzander. But it seems that the messengers will be in town for a little while longer.
Do you have a plan to get inside? Attack him.
I suppose the best bet Oh, actually, now maybe that is a plan for the assassin. If we let it be known to Oscar that we think we have dispatched the assassin, and that we'd like to meet with Selzander to give her over to him, maybe he would be proud enough to believe that we would be foolish enough not to kill her?
Do you wish to claim that we captured? Don't want to. You still want to hide the body? The bodies?
I mean, yeah, you're not really sure who you can trust, right? You said you don't know. I mean, if you've vetted enough folks at the Church of Erebus, then sure. But if not, then it seems an unnecessary risk at the time. Surely we have access to someone who can cast that cleric magic that vents some of the stench.
Well, no, I still intend to. If we don't plan on bringing the bodies to the Dawn Guard, I still intend to give them over to the priest. I know they are respectable, and they will keep it quiet. But I will give them the.
And if you trust them, then I mean that's
I do. I trust her.
Then yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see what's going on. It's been a little bit since we've seen Doug and Thicket, so.
Speaking of which, up there, Thicket.
Yes.
Let me double check some. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Oop. At 20.
You feel an odd sense of something impressing itself on your mind, but you push it away. Felt magical, weird. But it seems to have left rather quick.
Do I see anyone around?
Looking around, even with the natural 20 from earlier, you don't.
Really? Who would want to do something to a chicken?
Who would impress on the mind again? Alright, Garand and those downstairs. If you allow him, Vale is going to go and return art for the bodies. Going to check upstairs, you would find Thicket and Doug standing outside the door, waiting and watching. Time approaches midnight.
Yeah, Grant's gonna come out stretching. He's gonna make kind of a show, because at this point he kind of needs to know what might happen next. So better to force the hand. Well, nothing like a good night's work.
Make a performance. Nice. Is there anything else you say?
Gemmit's gonna be like, but you didn't really do anything. Why are you tired?
Are you kidding me? No, look, that baker did not tip at all. Like, that was a horrendous party. Like, what were they thinking? No. You hire a bard, you expect to pay the bard. Like, that's the whole point. There was, like, no tip. Like, I gave up halfway through the performance. It was horrible.
Well, shouldn't it be about the passion of the artistry and not the money?
Okay, look. Normally I would agree with you, but considering the number of times that I have been targeted recently, it only makes sense that I would be more worried about coin at this point. Clearly this town is not interested in artistry, so...
Yeah.
So how long do you keep the charade up?
I mean, until anything happens, whether there's movement around or sounds or anything.
You ask the Bale to stay put, or are you going to let him go get the cart here?
Basically, I want Bale to wait until we are convinced that nothing is going to happen. As best as we can be, because obviously we could still be wrong, but...
Alright. You going to stand out there, or are you going to walk away, or what?
Yeah, I'm just standing out there, like, because I know that, even though I might not see them, I know that, Shadow Doug is nearby and Chicket is nearby, so...
Alright, how long are you willing to wait?
I don't know, probably like 15 minutes.
Alright, 15 minutes pass by. It's no sign of anyone.
Alright, and if nothing happens, to say, alright, well, I guess we can, head on home for the night. Cedar, come on. Maverick.
I will take care of these. As he goes, and assuming you'll wait another few minutes for him to go get the cart, he'll come back with a cart with a large cloth. Assuming you'll help him heave the bodies. They bring the bodies into the cart, and has Gilly lay down inside the front compartment of the cart, as it's fairly simple. Lower box cart, no top side. There is a compartment underneath the like where you sit for the horse. As you do see, he actually has a mule as well. And it has Gilly squeeze into the front compartment away from sight. Don't speak, please. I wouldn't want to hurt you.
No.
Luke.
Certainly not.
No, not you. So, where can I find you all?
I guess I'll just tell them that the inn that we've been at.
The Chimera's Thorn. Quite the place you chose.
We have many irons in the fire.
He will give you the address of what he tells you is a small second story, effectively apartment in a more rundown area of the night district. Or the night quarter. Assuming you'll leave him be. Off. Are you all heading back to in for the night?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we probably need a rest.
All right.
Gambit's pretty. Yeah.
You get back. Eleazar nods to you. No music tonight. No?
No, I played elsewhere. There was a little private party. It was not exceptional. I should have passed it and stayed here. But, you know, that's how it goes sometimes.
Wish you had. The crowd was disappointed. Word's gone around. People like hearing your music.
Oh, well, that's good news. That means that the crowd will be even more excited tomorrow.
I sure hope so. They were asking where you were. I didn't know. I weren't too happy about that.
Oh, well, my apologies. I'll make sure to buy everyone around when they first come in.
Oh, I think they'll be mighty thankful for that one. Do that every night, word will get around real fast.
Well, no, I couldn't afford something like that now, could I?
No, you wouldn't make any money. But, yeah. It is what it is.
Right, we are burned out, so it's been lovely
Look it.
chatting up.
I'm not gonna ask about the blood. It's not my job.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, it happens, you know. Sometimes people want to get into a brawl, so...
Times takes a drink out of what you can only assume is a mug of beer. It says nothing. You walk up. An unhawk thicket. Let's see. So over the night, is there anything y'all would like to accomplish over the night? Also, is Doug still wearing the Dawn Guard armor?
No.
You took it off before y'all left?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, so the time you'll end up getting up will be 9 a.m., but before we get there, going down the list, Maverick is unfortunately not here. Doug, is there anything you would like to accomplish across this long list?
Nope.
Cedar, not here. Gambit, is there anything you'd like to accomplish over?
Nope.
Garand, is there anything you'd like to do over the course of this long rest?
No, I'm not changing spells or anything. I think I can't even anyway, unless I level, so.
Okay. Thicket, is there anything you would like to do across this long rest?
Lori wants to make sure, Thicket wants to make sure to tell everyone about the weird mind thingies that happen at the place.
Thicket tells you that apparently felt something impress upon him.
And then he's gonna go pass out.
Are y'all taking watches?
Yeah, I mean,
Do we need to take watches?
we're at the inn, and we're kind of putting a target on our backs, so.
Alright. Keeping watch then. Thicket. Mori.
Hello.
Thicket sleeps very well. Garand. You do not. As the night goes on, during your watch, you find yourself continually looking out the window at the storm at sea that's still slowly getting closer. You're unsure why it's moving so slow, as most storms, especially like this, would have moved fast. It seems to be closer than it was before. Weird. As you return to sleep, because I think you have second. No, you have third watch, so. As you go to sleep, for the last 2 hours, you have while Maverick You find yourself standing in a barely lit twilight. The flash of lightning. You see where you're standing, almost like you're standing in fog. You can see there's a little bit ahead of you where the fog seems to dissipate. As you move forward, it does, and you realize you're not standing in a cloud. A very dark cloud. You see light peeking over the horizon, over the top of the clouds. And you see lightning. In the clouds, lightning, you see an immense creature that is incredibly familiar. Can't make out its shape in any perfect way. Tell exactly details. Definitely avian, very bird. And it's hard to put a number on it, hard to put a finger on it, but even just from the vague sense you get from the flashes illuminating its silhouette in the clouds, you'd guess its wingspan is immense. 100, 200 feet long, more. Real life, it's long. It's what we would know is longer wings of a 747 airplane are the size of this. Huge. I hadn't been able to tell just how large it was the first time I saw it. You feel a voice in your head. What are you? It's right.
Assuming he waits for me to respond. I mean, that's all I'm trying to do. That's why I agreed. If you could spare me, maybe I could restore that which was lost, or prevent that which should not be.
Doing right. In helping me fix my mistake. The nature of what. You see a humanoid figure appear. Seems to be walking toward you. It's a humanoid figure seemingly made out of these dark clouds. What are you willing to do?
Nothing I know to be good. So, if it's some sort of devil's bargain, you might as well kill me now.
Would you destroy that which appears good, but is full of nothing?
I suppose that's the difference between appearances and knowledge.
The humanoid figure walks toward, and you feel a very presence. You'll feel your hand toward your dagger. Strike it.
I don't know what's wrong with you, and you are likely to kill me, but step no closer. I will not participate in any evil.
You bring your dagger up as this. It's not the bird. It's this other figure made up of that stuff.
Did I get the sense that they were different?
Yes. You get the sense that this is representative of something.
Okay, then my dagger would be out as I'm giving this warning. And if he does take a step, or he seems to not care, or he smiles, or anything that seems remotely threatening, then regardless of what may happen, yeah, I'm going for it.
You see this figure begins to take a slight, feminine with long black hair. Other than that, seemingly almost featureless. You said you threw the dagger?
Yeah, if there's anything that seems like a smirk or step towards me or anything else, just changing shape, I don't think that's threatening enough, but if it's changing shape as it's moving forward, then yeah.
It does smile as it steps toward you. And as the dagger leaves your hand, wake up. And with that, as we approach morning, 9 a.m., Saturday the 22nd of April, year 417, post-schism, there is a heavy wind as a storm seems to approach. That is going to be where we end this. I think that's your first actual conversation with your patron.
Yeah.
How'd it feel?
Well, yeah, I mean, on the... Because with the whole shipwreck thing, it was like, serve me or perish, and then it was basically like, just help me save them, was my response, and then I woke up and then I had all the different, the lightning tattoos and everything else. But yeah, now that I know that there's two conflicting entities...
Well, you got the sense that it was something else. That this was... It felt, and you kind of got the intention, that this was something it was projecting as a representative. Like it was testing you. Like, it's not representative of the creature, it's not the phoenix. But... It feels like a test. Was what that. Oddly enough, as you wake up, it feels like an unfinished.
Okay, so I didn't feel like I passed or failed, just in the middle.
Yep, it stopped. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. Thanks for watching, YouTube. Thanks for everyone who hung out. I know quite a few of our people are probably very sleepy, so I'm going to end that off here. Thank you so much for coming. Have a good night.